winners, losers, and grands. And then I played.
You played 2 in grands.
I played 2 in grands.
Yeah.
So that's what, 4 best friends today? Yeah. And he played 2?
Well, technically 3.
3? Yeah, that's true.
You played 4?
Yeah, that played losers finals as well against.
Yeah.
And I'm about to play some more.
You want to move this in closer? Do you want to move this in closer?
Yeah, we can definitely switch.
So the microphones were randomly turned off, and the stream actually randomly turned off once or twice. Wow.
Did it?
Yeah. Like, just in the middle of makeup. But I don't know if that's just like. So here we have NG Renegade versus not Benji.
Oh, that's D4C.
One on keyboard, one on mouse.
Alright.
A D4C.
So we see Roy versus Zero.
Oh wait, he's player 1 actually. So this is NG.
So what you'll want to see here from Roy is probably a lot of like up close, real like get in your face brawling.
D4C.
And a lot of like definitely a lot of like near face punish. Roy's got to get in real close. Also, I'm sure he'll make really good use of those neutral layers because they have such a huge range on them. Really
good utilization of that down smash right there too. Played D4C earlier, and he actually didn't go Roy.
No. Different character?
Oh yeah, he went with Snake and what was the second one?
Interesting.
Oh, Wolf. Wolf was the second one. But yeah, D4C plays quite a few characters in PM. So it's got an interesting roster of characters there.
Yeah, I find it's definitely more important in PM to have at least 1 or 2, like a multiple characters that you play just to cover your matchup, because the matchups are so very different.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And with a lot of characters in PM that have really strange playstyles, like it's not like Melee where you've got the fast combo character and the floating, and you don't really stray from those archetypes. And then in PM, you've got the trap character, the guy like Roy who has to get in close. Ivysaur who's just all over the place.
Yep. Someone like Zelda who has like an actual setup game now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very nice like a variation on like the playstyles that they've actually added in. Sonic and Zero Suit Samus are very hit and run-esque characters.
Then you've got like Mewtwo, who's a floaty, fast combo character.
Yes.
So
yeah, it's kind of like a terrifying version of Peach and Marth put together. Yeah. Like if Peach was just given Marth's sword to play with.
I hate Mewtwo. I really do. He's the Marth of PM.
I definitely I can see why the large disjointed tail hitboxes on I'm not very certain. Yeah.
And they just come out so fast, too.
Also watching from CSA July. Well, it's not actually on the highlight reel. There's I think you playing against Squidward where I think he just like uptilts you to death.
Yeah.
And it looks like the most frustrating existence. So. Oh, Roy zones the grab on Zero Suit. Legendary Roy zone.
Last Tournaments is playing awful music. What are they thinking? Indy making good use of Zero Suit Samus's neutral B. D4C putting in work with that nair.
Oh, a nice back air closes out that stock. Certainly looks like it. Roy will be able to get back quite from there.
Roy recovery.
It's really interesting. It's really interesting to see. There are a few characters, like if you take like a Wolf and a Roy matchup, or like any of the characters in PM that have like the slightly less than average recovery, it does kind of start to go back to feeling like Melee because you have such a little option off stage.
Right.
But I definitely think that it's one of the things that's different about PM is that there's such a plethora of ledge guarding you need to know and need to be able to do.
Yeah, and in Melee, you rarely ever see those
stages are done first. and then the winner,
Okay. So
yeah,
it's yours, you just with the pen. So,
and then the winner has to lock in their character first.
I ban 3?
Four.
Four?
From bottom to
Three.
most.
Okay.
We're doing 3 now.
4 from the
We're doing
bottom?
3 now?
Yeah.
3 from the bottom up?
Three from
bottom.
the first 2. Yeah, the bottom 2. Sorry.
Now, is there something that prompted that change?
It's just what everyone else does. Aside from Newfoundland, who does 2 bands.
2!
Yeah,
I don't know, I like 4 bands. There's so many stages.
there are a lot of
There's
stages.
a lot of stages. And it's really hard to get good coverage against things that your character doesn't necessarily like.
Some people, in past weeks, some people have been doing 3, some have been doing 4. I didn't really care.
I'm playing Josiah.
Might as well have something uniform.
So here we have Zelda versus Zeus. This is going to be a very spacing-dependent matchup for sure.
D4C on his 4th character of the night. Oh, throwing out those dins fire.
Oh, the hop over the Din's Fire.
Indy having a bit of trouble getting in on Zelda, but then again, he doesn't. It's tough for her to get in with those projectiles too when D4C is spamming some projectiles of his own.
Now the best idea that you should be doing with Zeldas is always, or not always, but pressuring their Din's Fire with planks, because you can plank them while they're in the air, and that kind of frees up and allows you to rush into Zelda. You really can't give her any space to set up. She's really one of those characters you kind of have to constantly be on top of, or else she does get to play her game.
Oh yeah. Like if you ever give Squidward any space, he's just gonna set up a wall with Din's Fire and you just can't get in.
Yep. And if you do try and get in, you're probably going to be knocked into him.
Yeah. And he'll just grab you and throw you back.
Oh.
I'm gonna go turn off Clash Tournament's music, because that's...
I definitely agree. I think they need some better tasting music. Oh! Let's run off there.
I mean, man, Zenith has got me pumped up, because... You know that when Zenith rolls around, that means we're at the start of Apex season.
Yup, it's Apex season. Oh, tries for the fair, but Indy being tricky and still getting down.
When is Apex happening?
Usually in January.
Oh, okay.
It happens in New Brunswick, New Jersey, doesn't it?
I believe so. Yeah, it sucks because we don't really have something as big as like MLG or EVO until Apex.
Okay, and that's game 2.
Alright, D4C taking it 2-0. What are we doing next? Is it... Oh, I think those guys played already.